figured it out, I guess.
We'll have to do some more investigating.
I last time it was there. I have no idea why it went away. Anyway,
I don't know either. It's been a long time though since we've done it, so
yeah.
maybe that's part of it. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am good. How's the start to the weekend?
It's good. It's so sunny here. There is a heat advisory, which is in Massachusetts. So we have to stay really cool. I'm drinking my licorice tea,
Nice.
and it's very Vata Pitta aggravating here a little bit.
Yeah, that's how it is, like all the time in Colorado. I
It's
my
it's
coriander tea, but I have some licorice and mint that I'm gonna do later this afternoon.
it's dry as well in Colorado.
Very dry, always. Well, so should we tell everyone what we're gonna do today?
Yes. So we are doing Would You Rather, because in Ayurveda, it's n- no one solution is the perfect solution for everybody. There is a multiple solutions which is amazing for some people, but one solution which is good for someone else. So we are trying to find that middle ground because we don't want to go on the extremes. We are trying to find that middle ground, and in today's life it's not really easy, and we have so much going on in our life, so we are making sure that you have that answers when you are trying to find, like, in the modern world, how do I navigate Ayurveda. So this is a Would You Rather. We are having fun conversation and trying to find the middle ground in all the chaotic life we have here.
Yeah, and I think hi everyone, thanks for joining. I think too there's so many different trends about like what to do and like what's healthy. And we're not here to say like don't do one thing over the other, but really just to talk about it from an Ayurvedic perspective and what we've learned and what we do and what we would prefer to do in some of these. Because some of them are like not they're like hard to decide.
Definitely. I'm so excited to start.
Yeah. Well, can I ask you the first one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So would you rather eat salads or meals that are prepared like leftovers every day? Would you rather have salads or leftovers?
I have, like, even before Ayurveda, I felt like I have like real aversion to leftovers. I cannot eat leftovers, even if it's like really tasty and anything. Like, it's just one day and done for me. But salads are my favorite. I'm not eating them. I'm trying to avoid them, but salads are my favorite on the list.
Interesting. I'm
Yeah.
kind of surprised by that one.
But yeah, like, I would go for salad. Once in a while, I like my salads, and I eat them. Like, it's not every day I eat them, but once in a while, I love my salads. How about you? Would you rather go for a salad or leftover?
So I do, this is not Ayurveda. I do eat leftovers, but I only eat them for like the next meal. And there was a chunk of time in my life where like I only ate salads at lunch. And I just remembered thinking like, oh, I'm being so healthy. And then also like a couple hours later being like, I feel icky after eating these salads. So for me, I would probably prefer to have leftovers with the caveat that I'm going to have them like just like that next meal and then I'm going to throw them because I'm like you, I don't, they like, I can't do leftover meat. I can do like reheated rice, like making fresh veggies isn't really super hard. So I do eat my rice the next time. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have Instant Pot. I love my Instant Pot. I keep the rice all the time there. It's just keep it and forget it kind of thing. So I love that. I don't have to remember, like, when I kept the rice and all those things. So
Yeah.
that's how I'm staying on top of not eating leftovers. Just keep inside it and then put delay start and then forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely some usefulness in our technology these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next questions. Oh, somebody also posted a question. Would you answer that?
Yeah. So we have somebody asking leftovers equals cold pizza right out of the fridge. So first of all, I do love pizza. I do eat pizza. But I would say if you're gonna have it, I would prefer to warm it up. Like if it's leftovers, I'm gonna throw it in the oven, broil it, and like warm it up and then eat it.
Yeah,
What about you, Ashwini? Do you have a preference on that one?
I love cold pizzas too, but I would not eat it now. I know what I know, but I would try to avoid it. But Yeah, like if it's a leftover pizza, I would go for it than a salad.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Okay.
Next question. So, would you drink ice cold water or ice cold milk?
Ugh. Well, either because I do not like anything cold. So I think if I had to pick one, I would probably pick the water one. But I would say either. The ice cold milk is just gonna, I mean, they're both gonna be tough on digestion, but the milk also is gonna be really heavy along
Mhm.
with it. So I would do the water, but I wouldn't do either one. What about you?
Yeah. Oh my god, I tried to drink ice cold water because there was no water where I went. It's so hard for me to drink ice cold water now that I am so used to drinking warm water all the time.
Yeah.
It is not going in at all. So milk. I would not drink milk. I don't like milk even if it's warm or cold. But Ayurvedically speaking, I would drink cold water, like you said, because cold milk, especially, is heavy. Milk also has a heavy guna in itself, and cold makes it more heavier. So I would always go for cold water than cold
Yeah.
milk for sure.
Yeah, that one's hard because at so many places you're like, "Oh, you can try to, like, order water without ice, or you can ask for the hot water, but then it's, like, really, really hot, and then you have to, like, let it sit," and you're like, "Well." So, I usually just have my own water because I would prefer it to be my own perfect temperature.
I do take my water bottle everywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, that one's tough. Okay, this one, would you rather eat local or eat organic?
I would eat local.
Yeah.
Organic, I would eat organic, but local is always preferred because I know where it's grown and I know that is gonna make my body healthier. Because we are not part of the nature, we are nature, like Dr. J says. So if it's local, I am 100% sure that it's grown here and my body will recognize what I'm eating. So definitely, I think you sent me a video and it was talking about the same thing as well. Local, why? Because your body recognizes what's neighboring to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that one too. I think, especially for like small or like local farmers or like community gardens, like if you're getting produce from there, they can't have the designation of organic because my understanding is it's like really expensive to get like the approval for to name something as being organic. And so, I'd rather support local one because it's like my community and that feels a lot nicer. And also, yeah, there's different things that it's easier to eat seasonally if you're also eating locally because whatever's going to be grown in your geographic area is going to be more seasonal so that your body is going to be better able to recognize those nutrients.
That's really a good point. Yeah, if you're eating locally, you're also eating seasonally, so you're also getting best of both worlds.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, would you rather skip breakfast or dinner?
I can't skip meals. Like ever at all. So if I had to pick one, it would probably be dinner because I'm hungry in the morning, but I'm hungry for all three meals.
Yeah.
And I probably lean more towards like the pit of digestion where I get hangry. So like I have to have my meals pretty consistent.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I would prefer to skip dinner if I had to pick one, but I can't skip meals.
I have skipped dinner. I think it's easier for me to skip dinner if I have like a really big lunch, and I am okay to skip dinner. For breakfast, I could not skip breakfast. It's as soon as I wake up, I'm hungry, and I really need that energy of breakfast to function. I have done skipping breakfast for a long time because of intermittent fasting I was doing for probably 1 year or two, and then I saw so much happening in my body. I started gaining weight because my body needs that nourishment as soon as I wake up. Like, I have that imbalance of pitta vata. So I would always eat, and now I'm very good on eating breakfast as soon as I wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think fasting is Fasting can be good for some people some of the time, but I think for women especially, it's really hard with our hormonal balance. So
Yeah.
fasting's not great. And I think the other thing too, as you were talking, is I'm remembering even just when we started studying Ayurveda, that there were many times where I wasn't hungry for my meals, and now it's like, no, I'm like hungry for each of them. So my digestion is definitely much more optimal now.
Definitely. I completely agree with that. I was not hungry all the time. Now, as soon as the time goes off, I'm hungry. I need that meal.
Yeah, yeah, I can't skip meal times. Nope.
Yeah. When you train your body starts changing itself. Like you will, it wants that thing. Like when you're training it, which
Yeah.
is wonderful. I never knew that could happen, but it's so. Uh, Ayurveda is always like that. When you see it, you start believing it more because you saw what was said, is what is happening really.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the other thing that happens too is when you're really good with your meal times and you're aligning with nature. And like you said, we're not separate from nature like we are the nature. So we in that way we become more connected to the external world around us too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Next one, cold plunge in winter or sit in sauna in summer.
Well, I already alluded to this one earlier. I don't like being cold. So, for sure, never cold plunge ever. Never, ever. It doesn't even matter the season. And so, if I had to pick one, it would be the sauna in the summer. Though my preference would be a steam room, because at least then you're getting the moisture.
Uh,
But yeah, definitely no, never cold plunge. What about you?
yeah, never. I would not do cold plunge ever. It's so vata aggravating with my body. I will go nuts. So it's always I can do sauna in summer, even though it's bit aggravating. I can come outside and drink some teas and stuff and cool my body. I can handle that more than cold plunge.
Yeah, there's we talked about this a lot in some of our Ayurvedic classes that like there's no like cold plunging in Ayurveda. There's really no like cold treatments either.
Yeah,
And I think that some people could say, well, it's because it's, specific art where we learned from is from southern India where it's warm all the time. So like, in the geographic sense, there's not anything cold from the past there. But
yeah,
then I also think other lineages like TCM also support that
yeah.
plunging isn't good. It's not
Yeah,
helpful.
I mean, they also had all the better ways of cooling things down. It's not ice all the time. The earthen pots. It's very famous in South India that we put water in the earthen pot. It cools the whole water naturally, and it's so much tastier than cold, like ice cold water. It's so nice, but that is really good for your system. It does not aggravate pitta as much.
Mm,
So they had their ways, but it's just now in terms of modernizing, we forgot our roots. There are so many indigenous culture also had really good ways of making sure your body does not get aggravated during the summer. So I think that we have to go back and see all the indigenous culture also had that root to it.
yeah. The other thing too is that like increases like. So if it's cold in wintertime and then you're cold plunging, like you're introducing so much more coldness. And it goes the same way for the sauna. So if you're eating spicy foods and you're already a little fiery and you're sitting in a sauna, like you're gonna have a lot of pitta. So like increases like that's a big thing in Ayurveda. So, we want to have the opposites to create balance too. So that's another consideration.
I mean, I'm from Massachusetts. Here, when it's snowing, you have that Dunkin' Donuts cold coffee everywhere you see. That's such a stereotype for Boston.
Oh, yeah. But Dunkin' Donuts, I mean, the donuts are so good. That should have been on our list, something about donuts.
Yeah, next time.
Okay, would you rather eat vegan or eat only meat?
I don't eat meat, so I always choose vegan. I was also vegan. Now I just eat ghee and buttermilk mostly. So it's easy for me to become a vegan. And I would be vegan if I'm done with all my ghee intake. I can easily go vegan.
Mm, okay.
What would you do?
I can't do vegan. I tried vegan. I did it for like 3 years, I think. Um, and I can't eat meat all the time either, but I do eat like I eat ground pork and ground turkey. I eat chicken. I eat fish, but not super often. Fish is more heating. But I need that like nourishment in my body. I need it to like feel more grounded. And I grew up eating meat. And I imagine that even my ancestors ate a lot of meat because of where we were from in Germany and the Russia kind of area there.
Mm,
And so I think it's like a little bit more built into my
mm,
makeup and stuff. So I think with this one, this is really I think it can be like kind of a hot topic for folks because there are movements that are like, we need to only eat vegan. And
mm.
some people can eat it. Like you can eat it and you feel sustained and that's good. But for me, I have to have some meat in my diet for sure. I've tried the dal. I can't do it. I can do it every now and then and I can do like paneer and stuff, but I've got to have some meat in me.
Yeah. I mean, you also have satmiya. That's what Ayurveda talks about. When you eat meat from generation to generation, that you have that built into your system, so you can digest it easier than someone who randomly goes and start eating meat versus being vegan. So it's always taking small step at a time with whichever initiative you want to take. Don't do it all of a sudden and shock your system will start going into fight or flight, and then more diseases happens than it is harming you more than helping you. But taking one step at a time is always a good idea.
Yeah. Did you grow up eating vegan?
I grew up being vegetarian.
Okay.
I drank a lot of milk when I was young. I stopped drinking milk. I mean, milk in America doesn't really suit my system either. So it's not that it was really easy for me to just give up milk. But ghee, I have to have ghee because of vata aggravation. That's why I make sure I buy local butter from local store, or I buy from places where it's made better. So but yeah, I really want to make sure that no animals is harmed in the process. I'm trying that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a common thing that a lot of people are drawn to about veganism.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Next, have a popsicle or ice cream.
Again, I don't like anything cold. And I did eat ice cream this week, but my cup was like this big and I ate like this much of it. I like couldn't do very much of it. I think popsicles, if they're like 100% juice and it's just like frozen, then I think that's probably okay or maybe better. I don't think either one is super optimal, but I think if I were to pick one, I would probably prefer a 100% juice frozen popsicle option.
Oh, really? I cannot eat popsicle. I can eat ice cream a little bit. I mean,
Mm.
not as much, but popsicle is something. It feels very vata aggravating to me. It's just water and ice. But popsicles have that milk, that little bit of caffeine inside it, so it's not that aggravating as well.
Mm.
But yeah, I would always go for ice cream than popsicle.
Interesting. Mm.
If I'm craving for popsicle, I will go for popsicle. But other than that, yeah, ice cream is what I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when I had a popsicle the last time. I would have ice cream, but I think from like, if I look at it from like an Ayurvedic perspective, I don't know that one's better than the other, but
Yeah,
yeah. Okay. Okay, this one I think is interesting. Would you rather go to bed really late or get up really early?
I would always get up early. I cannot go bed late. I have done it few times. It just drags me the whole day. I don't have energy. That feeling I cannot live with, and it takes a couple of days for me to get back into that rhythm again. I always like to go back to bed early.
What time do you go to bed? What's
10.
Yeah.
It's always 10. I cannot go at 9:30. It just feels illegal to go to bed at 9:30.
9:30 is hard, especially in the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sleeping not as much. In winters, I like to sleep so much, but now it's summer and the lights comes in, and I just wake up early as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I would rather go to bed early, and then if I have to get up early, I would rather do that. I don't like either one, but yeah, I've noticed that if I go to bed past like much past 10, I won't fall asleep until the Vata time change at 2, and then it's just like nothing, like the subtle digestion that happens in Pitta, like nothing gets processed, and I just, like you said, I just don't feel great at
Y-
all that next day.
Yeah, same. It when it hits 10:30, 11, it's all like the next day is gonna be slow and yeah. Yeah. I talked in video as well. Like I want to go to bed early so that everything goes so smooth. The whole day goes so smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some planning involved in it, and it does take some getting used to, I think, for people that, are consider themselves night owls or whatever. But I think it's once, like we talked about with the meal times, once you get into the habit of it, your body gets more acclimated to doing it, and then it
Yeah,
responds better over time.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Froze oh. Would you rather have frozen food or meals or fast food?
Huh, this is an interesting one. I would rather have frozen meals.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like fast food. I It's even if I think about it from an Ayurvedic perspective, um frozen meals, like if it's like really frozen, it's not that bad because you made it and you know how much salt, oil, everything goes into it. If somebody is really busy, frozen meals are okay, but I would avoid it as much as possible. But because Dr. J was talking about this as well. There are so many people who organ donation when it happens, they are taking that kidney or anything they are transplanting. They're taking that and putting it in really ice cold temperature, not like fridge temperature, but more than that. So we know that prana can transform from one person to another when it's really that cold. Maybe that's why it's not that bad to have frozen once in a while. If you have only the option of frozen versus leftovers, fast food kind of meals, I can go for frozen meal.
Okay. That's really interesting about the organ transplant. I hadn't thought about it in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I when I read this one, I was thinking of like the prepackaged frozen meals, which I would always avoid. Like I don't know that I ever really got into like frozen meals in that
Like
way.
TV meals.
Yeah, yeah. They never have tasted good, like, and we learned in Ayurveda about like when you do freeze things, the water molecule shifts and then it like kind of disrupts the like the prana that you talked about, the vital life force energy that's in it. Um and, too, I think with that one, if you're using the microwave, I don't like the microwave either. It like cooks things too quickly. So my answer on this one was actually to eat fast food. Even though there's like much less control over like the energetics of who's cooking it and like the quality of the food itself, like I probably eat out like fast food like once a month. It's pretty rare and I don't like doing it, but like every now and then I do. And so that would be my preference over anything frozen, whether I cook it or it's like a TV meal.
Yeah, we can. That's also a really good idea. The TV meal, I was not thinking about the
Mm,
TV meal at all.
yeah. That's okay.
Anyway, I mean, I have, maybe we can continue this. We can do a part two of the same one. We have so much more questions left that we want to cover, but we had short time today. We can do a part two and then finish all our question and see how we can do more of the would you rather.
Yeah, yeah, I think that sounds great. And if people have questions or there's ones that they want us to talk through, let us know in the comments and we'll add those to the list.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us if you're joining us live, and thanks for watching us if you're watching it recorded.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was so fun talking to you.
So fun. Good to see you, Ashvini.
Good to see you too. Bye.
Okay, bye.